And the trick was actually that whenever it got to 0, they had to yell, yes! And the one that was first won. In this case, we do a little bit different, but it is one of those sums. I'm still a little bit nostalgic about that period. I'm leaving now, so we'll do this. Instead of my kids, you are going to be the subjects. What?
We're your little monsters.
Your little monsters, yeah. I'm looking in the end for a single number. But you'll have to, the thing is sometimes the answer is just a number, and then you'll have to add it. Sometimes it's multiple choice, and you have to pick the right answer, and then the number is at the end of it. At the end, the first one that shouts the correct number will win. If nobody guesses the right number, then we'll pick all the numbers together, and I will find the one that is closest to the right answer. And if there are multiple, then I'll just pick one of them. And there will be no discussions over the questions, neither the answers nor any calculation mistakes I might have made in my Is that clear? So those were the rules. Single number. They're all additions except the last one, that's a subtraction, but that's indicated. Okay, the first one is when the OSGi Alliance got started in 1998, there was a lot of haggling and struggling and fighting by the business people. And they had a bit of a problem in finding the right name for the organization. It was not called the OSGi Alliance, so you'll have to guess if it was the WTF or the... Okay. That was just a simple one. Actually, when we did our logo design, we had some really expertise help, our latest logo design. So, I want you to guess which one was the right logo. Everybody. And because I got a graphic background, so I really like logos, so I'll ask you to solve this one as well. It's the logo. These are actually really 3 different logos. And actually they were really used in the selection of the logo. The marketing committee has bombarded this. I actually went through it and we got loads of PDF files with these very brilliant and rather remarkable changes in style. So you'll have to oh, come on, it's clear, isn't it? Yeah, everybody got the answer. Now, actually, one of our distinguished chairs of the enterprise group started yelling at us that we should get rid of these stupid numbers in the specifications, because we number every specification with a number above 100. I don't know if you've seen that. That means because we have an enterprise book that doesn't contain all the, it doesn't contain all the specifications, there are holes in those numbers, and that hurt his aesthetic feelings, I guess. If you look at the compendium, which is supposed to contain everything, there's actually one number missing. Which of those specifications did we actually deprecate and remove? In those days, we were really still brave. We didn't just deprecate it and kept it for the rest of time. Nobody's quickly looking it up. The next one is kind of, I don't think anybody outside the OSGi noticed it, but in the 10 years actually that I, sorry.
Can you move the slide? Sorry.
Yeah, but no, I just, I'll tell them, well, let me just put it up, then you can see it. I have worked 10 years for I started working in May 2001. And I work pretty independent, and it's not that the Alliance is somebody watching my back and telling me what to do. And I really appreciate the freedom that I got. And in those 10 years, even though I'm not the easiest person and I have a tendency to do what I think is right, there's been one time that I really got an official warning that I stepped out of line. And what did I do? I had seen, I think it was on BOF, a presentation about how you should make your website. And if you have an open source project, you should tell people why, what, and how. So I thought, this is a really great idea. So I wrote these 3 articles. Why OSGi, what is OSGi, and how do you get started with OSGi? They're still actually on the website and you can find them. But I hated the boring look because you need to look at something nice. So actually I put a girl on each one of them, actually with 3 different girls, on each of those articles. And it looked really good. The website was so much better than it does today. But even Neil told me it was a bimbo, so... oh yeah, well, he doesn't remember it. Anyway.
I just claim having said that. I don't believe I said that.
I'll find it. I actually didn't find it in my mail, but I think it was probably on instant messaging. I'll find it back again. So which was the girl that brought me in, gave me the trouble? Now, when we are on the subject of women, there's actually a law in Norway nowadays that if you're part of a board, then the board should have at least 40% women. So the question is, how many women do we have to the OSGi board to be able to become a public Norwegian company?
That's like multiple drugs.
No, you have to calculate it. No, I'm not making it easy all the time. So, okay, I'll give it away. We have 1 woman on the board.
How long does it work?
Well, it's more than 10 and less than 12. Okay, good. I guess I gave that one away. Now, did you ever notice when you go to Google, I guess you all notice because everybody does vanity searches, type in your own name and then see how many hits you can find on your own name. Especially when you don't put it into quotes, it really looks good. When you do this OSGi, I just took some random words. Then there is actually one of them that really easily is the majority. It by far is the highest number. Okay, by the way, it wasn't 6.
No.
No, it wasn't 6. No, that was surprisingly high, actually, which I couldn't really figure out why.
Well, this guy's so sexy.
Now, well, yeah, it's already 10 years ago, or 40 years ago, and a lot of people in the OSGi were young, but when we got started, we had some rather illustrious companies endorsing JSR 8, which was the JSR that OSGi was supposed to become. So, of these companies, and I think none of them exist anymore, did not endorse JSR 8. So which of the companies should not be in this list?
I was talking to Tom.
I've got it.
Well, butting in.
Yes, I was. Okay. In the animation I've given hundreds of presentations over the last few years. And in these presentations, I compare the symbiotic relationship between Spring, or Interface 21 at the time, and OSGi as cat and dog. Which was the picture that I used in those presentations. I'm not asking you to put down the one that reflects the reality best. It's one of two. Okay, then we will go to slide 12. In this case, which picture describes the OSGi service model best? And then we're going to the semi-last. Before CPEG was CPEG, which is nowadays the core platform group, it was called JPEG, but that was kind of confusing. There was the Java platform expert group. We had a chair, and which of those guys was the JPEG chair?
Do we need to point out the cartoon on the left?
I think everybody knows who it is, doesn't it? That's BJ Hargrave. That's his avatar. Okay, I can point out the names. That is BJ Hargrave. I don't know that guy. That's Lee Gong from Sun Microsystems. Neil Bartlett from Bremen nowadays. At that time, he wasn't from Bremen. And Dave Marples, who was from Telcordia. Okay. And then we have the simplest question. How many pages will the OSGi Enterprise Release 5 specification likely have? You'll have to subtract that number from the number that you got before. Wow, you're good. How did you do that?
Answered everything for you.
You guessed right, actually.
We wrote that down before we started.
Yeah. We had it too.
You're too late. You got the bottle. Come on.
It's easy to pick.
You want the resolution? Yeah.
Check hands again so I can get it.
Oh.
Not that it's time.
Are we done? No, we're not done.
Sorry.
I'll hold the line in front.
Are you going to put visitors with your friends around? Yeah. I'll show you
Okay.
Come on.
Son.
Okay, good. You want the resolution? I'll just go quickly through the. Well, this is. The right answer was actually Connected Alliance. That was the first name. And not OSGi Service Gateway Initiative, as you probably all thought. The right logo, that was, I guess, clear. Actually, the answer was other because the color is slightly off. In this case, it was Genie. Genie is was 118, I think it was. No? Yeah. Was it? I don't know, somewhere in that neighborhood. It wasn't the one there, it wasn't her, it was actually her. I had this whole sheet with, she's having all these different faces, so I put a puzzled look for Y, and that was, so the middle one was the right answer. How many women should be added? That is 6. That would bring the total board at 17, and then we're at 0.412, or 41%, 41.2% down. I don't think you guys will ever make that. OSGi Love 1. You can try it out. If you go, sex came to 1.7 million. Love came to 2.2 million. I must admit, it was followed quite oftenly by love and hate. What the fuck, or WTF came with 144,000, so that really made me feel quite good, actually. And I think most of you thought it was class not found exception, and I actually used multiple, connect it or not, to 199,000, so that's not that bad at all. So the right answer was actually love. Sorry? No, I didn't use quotes. It was without quotes. But it's an and combination. They easily appear in the same document because we quote you have a lot less because they have to be next to each other.
Why so much of the OSGi sex? Is it kind of perversion?
It's a mistake. You change S to R, so you get something else.
Or D. Yeah, I don't think that. Anyway, the next one is Enron was this company that the second Bush president was so enthusiastic about. But they had a little bit of a problem. Nortel went out of business because they went bankrupt. Sun Microsystems, I guess they also went bankrupt, but they were bought just in time by Oracle. And WorldCom went quite with an explosion. They were actually the only one not endorsing JSR8.
Was it WorldCom?
It was WorldCom was the right answer. The picture is actually the one on the right side for you guys.
Left.
Left. I actually made that mistake while I did my driving examination. And I actually heard the examinator and I still passed. So now this one was really hard, I guess. I think that picture is quite famous now. I actually use this picture. Jeff probably loves it because I always use this for the extension registry and OSGi services. And that one just picked it up. Actually, the first chair, we had a competition between me and Lee Gong, and I always lose, so he won. And he was Sun Microsystems, I was only Ericsson at the time, so that was it. And then we have the number of pages, that is 690 total, if we count the PDF pages, minus 648. Gave exactly 42. So yeah, was the. So now you know the question.